Hello, Star Lovelies. It's a great time to be a soul. Today we're talking about...
Hey, Star Lovelies. It's so great to be in the week of December that feels really good. There is a great opportunity. You start off the week that you're just like pulling in Jupiter, and he feels so yummy and so supportive. And this week, small changes have big effect. But with Jupiter, you want to do big, huge things. That's just kind of its jam. He's always going to push you to take like a giant leap. And actually, the giant leap could get you off course. But your mind's going to be spinning with all these wonderful things. Your heart's going to be open. You're going to want to break free. You're going to want to, do things. And it's going to feel like a big, huge lift. Well, we haven't really had a lot of that energy lately. So with that lift, just take your time and say, you know what, how does this feel with what you've been doing and what you have going on? And sometimes ideas, you have that epiphany and you get that dopamine hit and you're super excited about it, but then you don't really think about what it would take to put that into practice. So that's what you want to do is just don't, it doesn't have to feel heavy, but you can just say, hey, guess what? I love these ideas, but what would it actually take from me to do them? And I think that would be a really great way to recalibrate any of those things that you want to do for business. Now, personally, it's going to feel yummy. There's just this love in the air. There's this attraction in the air. I will say it does feel a little bit like you want some freshness. You want some excitement. You want something new. So if you're in a stable, steady relationship, great. If you're in one that's a little bit like, then that might be something that you also take in your mind and say, gee, small changes will be better than big changes. Because big changes right now, like I said, could just bring you off course. So what about the tip for your intuitive success signature? If you haven't taken the quiz yet, I can't even believe it, but that's beside the point. But it's at your starmaptosuccess.com. You can go ahead and answer those 12 questions, and you'll get your signature. And the signature is something that we do the weekly forecast, the monthly forecast, annual forecast, to give tips all the time. So it's really wonderful to know how you're entering your world, because then we can boil down these tips and they'd be super useful for you. So for you wise strategists, it would be great if you surprised a loved one this week and take some time off. I would love for it to be a full day, but if not, maybe just carve out some time and just do something frivolous. For you, intuitive visionary, these ideas are going to feel so amazing. And you love to have a runaway train of ideas, but this is where you want to lay them against your plans for 2025 and see how they fit in. Collaborative explorer, stand up and say an original idea that you've had. You've had them, you've been squelching them, but if you stand up right now, people will support you, and that will feel really great. And it's a really good idea, so it would be great to implement. Ruling warrior, take a different approach with someone that you've been dealing with or a situation that you've been handling for a while, because that new and different approach would be super helpful, and you'll get what you desire through that different lens. Creative superstar, you're going to love this tip. Write love notes. You can write love notes to yourself or to your loved ones, but you can also write appreciative ones to those clients that you simply adore. For you loving alchemist, finish ideating your strategy for 2025. This uplift ideas is actually really good for you, and you're going to find yourself taking advantage of some opportunities that can come into place, and it is a good time for you to say yes to those. So for everybody, have a wonderful week. We can enjoy this as we then come on to that full moon at the end of the week, but there's a whole separate podcast for that, and as always, there's ritual with that. So happy week, and thank you so much for listening.
Thank you for listening, and stay tuned for more ways to use the stars strategically to align with your soul purpose, reclaim your power, and increase your prosperity. Please rate and review your favorite episodes, and remember to check out my website at kimwoods.com for my latest forecasts, articles, and offerings. To find out your intuitive success signature, take my 12-question Do You Know, Like, and Trust Yourself quiz and find out how you're living your stars at yourstarmaptosuccess.com. I've so enjoyed our time together, as it's filled with the power of the stars plus strategy to clear the pathway to your success. Until next time, happy soul tidings.